you are what you think about. Everything that you think about, you become. Thoughts lead to actions. Actions lead to behaviors. Behaviors leads to lifestyle. Lifestyle determines your destiny. So everything begins in the mind. If you can control.
As many of you know, I work at the hospital full time, so 3 12-hour shifts. I don't really like to work out or run on my days that I work because 12 hours plus driving is a very long day. And usually I get up, go to work, come home, get the kids ready for bed. So we do bath time and all that. And then that's basically my day. So I really don't have time to work out those days. However, I have done it before. Not my favorite. Therefore, I try to do most of my training on the days I have off. So right now, I am doing my 3 days at the hospital, and then I teach for college one day. So I'm very busy. On the days I teach, I will try and get something in. Usually on those days, my daughter goes to tumbling in the evening, so I have an hour to myself. I'll work on the business, and I'll probably get a short run in, so like 3 miles. Therefore, I only get in 3 to 4 workouts a week. Sometimes not even that. The biggest thing though is I stay consistent week after week. I come out here and I do what needs to be done. I think that's the biggest flaw that people make. They start running or going to the gym and they go 5 or 6 times a week. They do that for 2 months and they say, this is a lot of time. And they quit. Mile 1, 9:58 minute per mile pace. There's a cat. We're going super slow. I'm able to hold a conversation if I want to. I think I'm gonna run to the track. Probably do like 3 sprints around the track, just so I get some speed work in. We'll also hit my miles, and then the rest of the workout will be nice, slow, easy pace. Okay, we're at the track, and I've been running pretty slow so far. I think I'm gonna run about 1 minute and 30 seconds around the lap. That will be about a 6 minute per mile pace. I'll probably do it 2 or 3 times. Depends how I feel. Today is not a speed workout, so I don't want to go ahead and kill myself because I want to run the next 2 days as well. So therefore I need to kind of not go too hard, if that makes sense. If I feel like, okay, Austin, the lactic acid's really building up, then I'll kind of pull back a little bit. But I absolutely love my morning runs. I love just being out here and putting on some fast beat worship music and not running too hard, but enough that I can still have that conversation, enjoy my time with God in my headspace, and just think, because I feel like we live lives that are so busy. We're always on the go. And I know me, I think I have some kind of ADD or something. I'm always just like, think about the next thing. But running, I can't really look at my phone too long. I have to be present. I have to be in the zone, which honestly is something that I'm trying to work on in my personal life as well, because I feel like when I'm spending time with family, I want to check my phone. I want to see what's going on with the business, what's going on with YouTube. Whenever I'm doing anything, I feel like I'm always thinking about something else. I really struggle with being present, and I feel like running is one of those things that allows me to ground myself and actually just be present, because I can't do anything besides run. Now, something that I heard once, which was really good, was someone, I forget exactly the dude's name, but he said he lives his life like a CrossFit workout, AMRAP, as many rounds as possible. So if he's working out, that's all he's focused on for that hour, as many rounds as possible. That is what he's doing, that is his goal. When he spends time with the family, as many rounds as possible, that's what he's doing. When he's working on the business, as many rounds as possible, that is what he's doing. And he tries not to cross things over, but I mean, we're all human, things are gonna cross over. And that's something that I'm trying to work on. If you guys have any advice at all, leave in the comments, let me know, help a brother out, iron sharpens iron. Anyway, let's get this track workout in. We ran 2, more like at a 5 minute, 36 second pace. I don't want to overdo it, so we're sticking with 2. Anyway, we're gonna finish the run. Try to do it slow, but I feel like whenever I run fast, the rest of my run is fast just because my heart rate's going. There's some fast paced music, some high beat stuff. But anyway, let's get it. We got 7.27 miles in the bag, 9-minute, 15-second minute per mile pace. I met up with a buddy, which made time go so much faster. If you run in a group or with a buddy, it just makes everything so much better compared to training on your own, because you actually have someone to talk to. And we did go a little bit faster than I would have liked, but that's okay. Let's see what my average heart rate was. I got sweat in my eyes. Ooh, it's gonna be a hot day. It's going to be, I think, like almost 90 degrees and very, very humid. Average heart rate was 153. A little more than I'd like, but like I said, it is what it is. A little bit of a longer run. It's hot, it's humid. Oh man, I just gotta go get a towel. Get my... As I was saying earlier, the biggest thing is just consistency. Many people, they come to me and they say, Austin, how do you run marathons? How do you run half marathons? How do you look the way you do? You must be in the gym 24/7. And no, not really. The thing is, I've been an athlete for about 10 years, and I've just been consistent over the years. Consistent with my diet, consistent with my training. If I miss a day, it is what it is. I know that I'm going to come back the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So therefore, if I'm sick or something happens, I don't get too worked up. I feel like many people, they go super, super hard for a couple months, and they see little results, and they quit. So one of my favorite sayings is from Nick Bare, which is consistently good over occasionally great. So you want to continue to just be good. Every New Year's, people say, I'm gonna get in the best shape of my life, and they start going to the gym 6-7 days a week, which is crazy to me because I don't even have time for that. They'll spend 2 hours in the gym, they'll go really in depth with their strict diet, and then they'll quit after a month because they're like, I don't really like this. When really, if they would have started off with 10,000 steps a day, they changed their diet a little bit, maybe just cut out soda, they would have a huge life change in a year compared to going super hard for 1 year. Because many people, what they'll do is they'll go super hard for a little bit and then they'll stop. And then they'll come back even worse than what they were before. So I want to talk about my training a little bit. Right now I am training for a half marathon. Am I like dead on with my training? No, I would like to be running a little bit more than what I am. But like I said, I am super busy. The thing is though, I want to stay consistent. That way I can hopefully reach my goal. I do have a really big goal, so therefore I should be a little bit more strict. However, it is what it is. I think if you set a goal really far out there and you don't hit it, but yet you got kind of close, you'll be more proud of yourself than if you set a realistic goal. So therefore, no matter what you're doing, whether it be you want to bench a certain amount, you want to run a certain distance or run a certain distance in a certain time, or you want to lose a certain amount of weight, make the goal so big that it scares you and you kind of feel intimidated telling people. Because I promise you that if you do this and you have that goal so far out there, but you don't hit it, but you get maybe kind of close, it'll be so much better than if you just made that goal just a little realistic. So let's say you want to lose 100 pounds in a year compared to, I want to lose 20 pounds in a year. Well, if you lose 40 pounds, you're like, well, I didn't hit 100, but hit that 20. And then the other thing about this is it kind of makes you say like, okay, I have this really big goal. I need to work extra hard to hit that goal, rather than saying anyone can lose 20 pounds in a year. I'm just going to kind of put a little bit of effort. You're going to put so much more effort in towards that big goal. Anyway, let me take you guys to the shop and I want to show you what we have going on there. We're headed into the shop now. Wife made some coffee. So I would say that people don't understand how much extra work it is to own another building. So the one thing about the shop is we also have an apartment upstairs, and being a landlord is not what it's all made out to be either. It's a lot. I have the floor torn up in the back there because we have an issue with, like, I think it's the foundation where water just keeps coming in. I'm telling you, man, problem after problem. If you own a home, I'm sure you know that you're gonna have problems pop up. You own another home, you're gonna have twice as many problems coming up. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and package 2 orders today. Set this guy here. I have this little office space. We also use it for storage for other things. I'm probably gonna put a lot of packages in here when they come. I have 500 more tubs of the non-stem and the hybrid athlete blend coming in. I have pineapple, no, I have lemon lime for the performance product, and then I have grape slushy for the hybrid athlete blend. I'm super excited to bring those guys in. The only issue is I don't know where I'm going to store anything. Send these 2 out. Sweet. Bring you guys with. So we have this other little room here. It's kind of like a boiler room. We have like the HVAC system and everything. And then I really need to clean up. I just unloaded a bunch of the pineapple mango stuff. Kind of threw all the boxes over there. And then in the back here, I have the blueberry lemonade, sour watermelon, and then the hybrid athlete blend. We just got this about 2 weeks ago. Pineapple mango. That's what you guys saw in the beginning of the video. Delicious. Absolutely amazing. And then we're going to have the grape slushy coming in. Pumped about that. So, actually, I'm going to use that, send some samples. Set this up here. And we're going to package some orders. Nothing too crazy going out. My buddy Owen Monroe. Appreciate the order, brother. Told my boy that I'm going to send him a tank top for free. Large. I know I have medium tank top somewhere. Here we go. The reason that I'm going to send him a tank top is because he went ahead and didn't use an athlete code at all, so he paid full price. Therefore, I kind of feel obligated, like I have to give him something, even though I don't. But I am a nice person. And I think many times that is a big flaw of being in business. Because really, I should be like, all right, this guy paid extra. Take that extra money. But I believe in serving and blessing people that have blessed me. Plus, he has a bunch of friends that work out and stuff. So hopefully he tells them. Word of mouth is one of the best things possible for any business. So therefore, you tell your friends, hey dude, you need to try this. This company is awesome. He's gonna go ahead and do that. So he's getting the sour watermelon. I'm gonna send him some samples of the blueberry lemonade as well. And I'll throw in this little letter here that I send to everybody. Basically it just says, thank you, we appreciate your support. You're awesome. And that's it, pretty much. Okay, we got that. We'll give them some stickers. I do need to buy more stickers because we don't have any stickers right now that say be the 1%. We did also just change our slogan from be the 1% to be the 1%, reach the 1%. Essentially, the reason we did this is because we want to reach our full potential for God. We want to do everything we can so we can go ahead and let people know where our strength comes from. Where the reach the 1% comes from is what is it? Luke 15:7, which is there'll be more rejoice in heaven for one sinner who repents than 99 righteous men who don't repent. So therefore, we want to find the 1% that are willing to give their life to Jesus. What we do is we help more Christians be bold for Christ. We help them basically just announce their faith online to their friends. And the amount of people that have said, Austin, ever since joining Top Fitness, I have grown my faith tremendously. And I've let people know that I'm a follower of Christ. And since then, they said they help so many more people, and we're just moving, man. We are creating a movement. It is awesome. All for his kingdom, all for his glory. We'll throw this on. And then my buddy Will got a blueberry lemonade. However, I also want to go ahead and give him a shirt, because he bought the small athlete bundle. Usually people that buy the first time, I like to make their packages look beautiful. So therefore, I had a bunch of red confetti stuff in there. You got blueberry lemonade. Whoops. I will don't have my tripod today, so that's why we're doing this. Shaker. I'm almost out of shakers, but I really don't have money to buy more, so we're gonna hold off on them a little bit. And then I want to give him some samples of the Hybrid Athlete blend, which is what you guys are on, of course. So oh look, not even open yet. I feel like the lighting in here is absolutely terrible, so I do apologize in advance. All right. Good, my man. Scoop. So before I do this, of course, I do basically like a scrub at the hospital where you do a 3-minute hand washing thing, because I don't want to have any bacteria or anything like that on my hands when I'm giving people supplements. That's not good. So I get my hand washing from working in the hospital. One of my favorite things working in the hospital is working with preemies, so babies in the NICU that have basically no immune system whatsoever. I like working with them because they are at a point in their lives where they can't help themselves. They depend on somebody else. And they're just born. And I don't believe in abortion. So I want to help a 22, 23 weeker live until they're 90 years old. That is my goal. That little soul deserves to live. So give my guy some stickers. The boy wants some shirts. We'll give him some shirts. I think he was a 2XL. Ugh. All right. Super. So these are just like our athlete shirts. I was doing a thing at one point and I bought a bunch of them. And really, I shouldn't have. I was doing a lot of chasing the woman in the red dress. So I would try all these different things of, oh, this might work, this might work. But really, what has worked the most is just putting God at the forefront and letting him do his work. Obviously, I'm going to do what I can, but don't rush things. Be patient. God's timing is perfect. And I throw in some paper stuff. Okay, sweet. There we go, Will. Thank you, brother. So that one is going to be going to Alabama. All right. Cool beans. So we're going to walk over to the post office, send this out. If you guys have any questions or anything, please let me know. I just enjoy doing these little vlogs, showing you my training, showing you what is going on with the business, because we have 2 packages going out today, as you see, and I want to be able to vlog when we got 50 packages a day and show you guys where we started and where God is taking us.